eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
The flash flooding threat is expected to continue for at least 2 more days. Few problems were reported today, but more rain is on the way. Chief Meteorologist Paige Noel begins our severe weather alert day coverage. Paige?
Well, the good news is we are seeing that nice rain break and some of us seeing a little bit of sunshine. So hopefully that'll help to dry us out before we see more rain into your Wednesday and Thursday. Let's take a look into downtown Whitesburg where you see drying out a little bit. They're dealing with those mostly cloudy skies. And as we go ahead and take a look at radar, those pop-up showers and storms definitely staying more to the south. You'll see into parts of southern, really on the border of Kentucky into Tennessee. So the rest of us getting a nice little break. Now, as we take a look at the bigger picture, it's really that stationary boundary that hasn't moved. It's been there for almost 48 hours now. That is what has been bringing in those showers and those storms. Temperatures, they're not too bad across the region. A little bit cooler as we're bringing those temperatures closer to home. You'll notice those mid to upper 70s, lower 80s in some spots. Those dew points in the upper 60s to lower 70s, making it feel very, very uncomfortable and oppressive outside. And here's a look at that flash flood watch that is continued until 8 p.m. on your Thursday. Like I said, another 1 to 2 inches of rain is expected. I'll break down that full forecast coming up just a few short minutes.
All right, thank you, Paige. Officials in Clay County declare a state of emergency as floodwaters damage roads, bridges, and people's homes. As of now, a total of 9 people have been forced to leave their homes because of the floodwaters. WYMT's Justin Case is monitoring the situation and has more from Manchester. Justin.
Steve, I'm here in downtown Manchester, and I just talked with the emergency management director in his office a short time ago, and I asked him what led to this decision. Now, first, he says that the state of emergency was declared Monday evening around 6. He says that primarily it's because of all the damage they've been seeing throughout the county. Now, he says that as many as 20 different roads here in Clay County have been damaged by the dangerously high floodwaters. Luckily, he says all of those roads, at least right now, are currently open for people to drive on. Now, there have been as many as 15 bridges that have also been washed out and have seen damage. 5 of them have been repaired. Yesterday, officials had to help 3 different people get out of their mobile homes because the floodwaters were threatening their homes. One man we talked with says a sinkhole opened up in his yard as the floodwaters began to recede.
It happened so fast. I mean, 5 minutes it started raining, and then 10 minutes there was chaos. Yeah, it was bad.
Steve, now there are also 2 water main breaks that are still broken. Actually, county officials can't even get to them because those areas are still flooded. Now, the emergency management director did say that 2 other local counties have already reached out to offer assistance while crews continue with their repairs and continue to assess the damages. We'll have much more on this story coming up tonight at 11. Steve?
All right, Justin, thank you. Clay County's only homeless shelter plans to reopen later tonight or tomorrow. Crews spent much of the past 2 days cleaning up. About 3 inches of water found its way through a back door Sunday night. Luckily, a local inn was able to take in the people staying there until cleanup efforts are complete. A Powell County woman needs your help. She lost everything after a mudslide crushed her home. It took dozens of first responders several hours to rescue the 90-year-old woman. Mud slid down a hill and into the home on North Bend Road in Stanton. She was asleep when it all happened, waking up to chaos. Now her family is hoping the community will help her get back on her feet. Garrett Weimer went back to Powell County today for this update.
Inside Rogers Hardware in Stanton, employees say it's a little easier to get work done now than it was here on Monday.
I was just in here pacing, going down every aisle because I just knew in my head what the possibility could be.
But now relatives say Bonnie Bowen is okay, out of the hospital and staying with family after being rescued when a mudslide destroyed her home.
In my opinion, it's just a miracle from God.
Not much at her home other than this UK sign is still whole and untouched by mud. Officials say the ground there continues to move and there's risk for another mudslide, so the road remains closed to drivers in the area.
Last night when I came through, I had to turn around and go the long way around through town.
The emergency management director tells me crews will be back out here on Thursday to reevaluate the situation and see if they can open the road back up. Hey! Family members say the smiling and waving woman we all saw as rescue crews wheeled her to an ambulance is just the kind of person Bowen is.
Me always trying to get Bonnie to smile here every day was my main goal when she walked through the door, you know.
But now she's starting over at the age of 90. Family members say they'll collect any donations for her at Rogers Hardware, where several relatives work and where they say she worked for 50 years.
She has had a very difficult time the last couple of years, losing both of her children and now her home. So yeah, anything anybody can do to help, help out Bonnie, would greatly appreciate it.
They say she's a strong woman who means a lot not just to them, but to many in this community. In Powell County, Garrett Weimer, WYMT Mountain News.
Emergency management leaders say in all 14 different agencies and more than 50 people worked to free Bowen in what turned out to be a 4-hour rescue operation. Now, to help you keep track of all this rain in the forecast, you should download the WYMT weather app if you haven't already. It's available in the Apple and Google Play stores. A tip to Knox County deputies led them to a large amount of drugs and cash. Police say they found it all at a home on Number 1 Hollow Road in Trosper last night. Here's a picture of some of the evidence deputies shared with us. Investigators say they found oxycodone, Valium, and Xanax tablets, along with marijuana, $6,000, guns, and other items. They arrested 4 people. We have their names and charges on WYMT.com. A Laurel County man is pleading for information tonight that will lead to his truck being returned. While they believe they know who took it, they are asking anyone who might see it to call police. WYMT's Will Puckett has more from Laurel County.
It is a morning that John Osborne will not soon forget.
It's like a dog. Dog's your best friend. Truck's your best friend.
Osborne walked outside his house Tuesday morning to find the spot where his black 2014 4-door Nissan Frontier usually sits empty.
My vehicle's gone. Stolen right out of my front yard.
Osborne's mother, Catherine, is like any mother, gleamingly proud of her son.
My child has worked, put himself through school. He has his bachelor's, always held a steady job. Good kid, never been in any type of trouble.
But just months away from paying off his truck, it is now gone, taken in the middle of the night.
Then to have somebody just rip something away from him that he has worked so hard to pay for, I was angry, very angry.
The pair believe they know who took the truck, but now a man's pride and joy is in the hands of someone else.
It upsets you.
And they are left hoping and praying it comes back in one piece. In Laurel County, Will Puckett, WYMT Mountain News.
We have the description of the truck along with the license plate number on our website at WYMT.com. A driver involved in a deadly crash in Pulaski County is fighting for her life tonight. 42-year-old Deanna Cheney and her 5-year-old granddaughter Kylie Hobbs were both killed yesterday morning. Cheney was driving her postal vehicle on US 27 near Walnut Street in Burnside. Deputies say the other driver crossed into the opposite lane, hitting Cheney. We know that driver's name is Brandy Montgomery. She was flown to UK hospital and at last check was still in critical condition. More than 12 new Kentucky laws go into effect next week. They cover issues from fake caller IDs to protecting free speech and even regulating electric scooter speeds. There are some big topics covered as well, including banning tobacco use in schools, expanding felony expungement, and allowing Kentuckians to carry weapons without a concealed carry permit. Tonight, Victor Puente is focusing on that change going into effect soon.
That new law doesn't do away with Kentucky's concealed deadly weapons license, but it will make it so one isn't required to carry concealed legally. That law goes into effect next week. It makes it so anyone who is 21 and could legally own a firearm can carry it concealed. Previously, you had to either have a license or carry that weapon openly. The people at one Kentucky gun store say even if gun owners don't plan on getting the license, the classes that go with them can be a big benefit.
The license gives you, we think, certain advantages that you're not going to have. First of all, the education is absolutely critical. You get 8 hours in the concealed carry class, 8 hours plus the shooting test that you do.
They encourage gun owners to learn everything they can about owning a weapon.
Safe storage of firearms, being very responsible as far as if you put a firearm on, you're absolutely responsible for what happens with that firearm. If you're going to carry it every day, it is an awesome responsibility.
Which is why they're offering a free class on June 27th to help with that education.
That really just touches on the very absolutely critical things you need to know if you're going to consider carrying without a license.
There are still restrictions when it comes to carrying concealed. That includes federal law that can prohibit where those weapons can be carried. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Kentucky law says new laws take effect 90 days after the legislature adjourns. This year, that was March 28th, making next Thursday the effective date for the majority of the bills passed last session. The father of Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes is coming under more scrutiny. Federal prosecutors are now alleging Jerry Lundergan funneled money not only to his daughter's 2014 Senate race, but to 2 of her state races as well. The information comes from new documents filed today. The filings allege Lundergan diverted more than $325,000 in corporate contributions to Grimes's 2011 and 2015 races for Secretary of State. Lundergan denies doing anything wrong. A judge is expected to take up this case during a hearing on June 25th.
And you'll notice rain chances increasing once again as we head into your Wednesday and into your Thursday. Looks like we get a nice break into your Friday and Saturday before those increase once again as we head into your Sunday. I'll have a look at that full forecast next.
And also just ahead, you'll meet members of a local VFW who are trying to gain support for a bill they say would help vets get jobs.